Good afternoon, friends. This is Lee Kersey, the Simple Georgian. Try this on my phone today, see if it'll act up again. I deleted some stuff and moved it to a different location, so maybe it won't act up, but I don't know. We'll find out. Smoking a no-name cigar I picked up in a bag of cigars from the Outlaw, I believe it was, there in Olathe. I mean, not Olathe, Overland Park, Kansas. They had a bag of cigars for like 35 bucks. You get like, I don't know, 6 or 8 no-name cigars. It's the cigars that, I mean, you'll never get the same cigar twice. It's the cigars that the apprentices roll. They can't put their names on them. They can't put a band on them. Due to the fact they're not artisan, or they're not authorized rollers yet. It's what they practice on. So instead of throwing them away, they put them in a big Ziploc bag and, sell 6, 8, or 10 for, 35, 40 bucks. So it's, like I said, it's a no-name. I'll never be able to find this blend again, I don't think. But it's pretty good. It's a little mild. When I consider mild, I'm thinking more along the lines of, well, so I can't think of the name, but the lighter wrappers. I can't even think of the name of them because I'm used to smoking a heavier cigar like a Maduro, Oscuro, stuff like that. So this would be more of the Connecticut shade type cigar. It's got good flavor to it though. One of the better Connecticut's, or I guess Connecticut's, heck, I don't even know. It might have come from, it's one of the better light shade cigars that I've had. So anyway, there's that. Like I said, I really haven't studied cigars that deep. I just know you have the Connecticut shade, which is the lighter. Then you have the Candela, which is the green. You have your Maduro, Oscuro, Glasgow. I mean, you got all these different darknesses of cigars. And I know this was more of it had a pointed end, torpedo shape, I guess you'd call it. But it's about 4 3/4 inches long, something like that. Probably about I'm going to say about a 45, 50 ring gauge. But it's got real good flavor. And like I said, I'll probably never find another cigar like this, but this one is actually real good. I'm starting to develop some taste. I can't put my hand exactly on the taste that I'm tasting in the cigar, but I'm starting to develop a little bit of taste that some of the flavoring, like your chocolate, your nutty flavors, things of that nature. I'm starting to pick up on that now. I don't know how good I'll be, but I'm starting to pick up on some of that stuff. And like I said, this is a milder cigar from what I'm used to smoking. So, and it's whatever pipe you pick Wednesday, or if you're smoking a pipe. And things of that nature. I wanted to update y'all this weekend at the Mississauga Cigar Lounge. You have a pipe show there this coming up weekend. They're in Gas City, Indiana. We just had the Richmond Pipe Show this past weekend. There's a show coming up overseas. I posted in my YouTube post about it for our friends overseas. And looks like it's fixing to rain here pretty shortly, so I figured I'd make a short, quick video, get a cigar in, and then go from there. Hopefully, if things go well, I'll be at another job next week. Like I said in my last video, it'll be back in a truck, which I'm really not wanting to do. But I can't. I left everything at the job today that concerned the job, pulled all my stuff out, and I can't keep putting my name in the hat for stuff that's getting done wrong. That's going against the USDA, the DOT. I mean, we've got another investigation coming up the first of the week, and the guys is just doing things left and right, hand over fist wrong. And I'm just, the toxic work environment it was just too much. If the work environment and the situation without the investigations had been different, I would have stayed. I love the job. I mean, you can't beat 8 to 4, with a 30-minute lunch. You cannot beat, or 7:30 to 4. You can't beat those hours. But the owner wouldn't hold his son accountable. They were fudging readings on the paperwork, and it's just too much. And then of course the toxic work environment, not holding the son accountable, and them lying on paperwork and stuff, and investigations and all. I'm like, nah, I just had a bait of it. I couldn't do it no more. There's not enough money in the world for me to do things illegally like that. So, and I'm not sure I'm gonna like the new job. I'm supposed to start orientation Monday, and if there's a couple of things in there that I don't like in the orientation, I'll get up and leave, and I'll figure something out. I mean, I've always been able to figure stuff out. I've got detailing products out there in my truck. I've got the big truck I can work on. I've got a school bus I can work on, convert. I've got a whole truckload of handyman tools out there. I can go back doing handyman work. I mean, yeah, it'll be tight, but I'll be able to make it. I mean, I haven't been without work, since I've been in the working game. And I've still got my CDL, stuff like that. So I mean, I can find work. It's not that big of a deal. It's just might not be quite the work I want. So I may take a few more days off than what I planned on, and then get back at it. I don't know. But enough about me like that. Next Tuesday, Cornell and Deal, if you have not got the email, is coming out with a new small batch. For those of you that likes to hoard small batches. And I know there's some of you that won't care because y'all don't even try to go after them. And I'm not going to say I blame you. I'm really not. Because it does get frustrating chasing the small batches, and then can't get it. But I did put it on my calendar. I may try to get some. I don't know. I mean, even if I don't get the 110, I'd be happy with that. Um, I did miss out on the Fireside Flake, Firebird, I think it was Flake. I don't know why I said Fireside, Firebird Flake. And I found some out in the wild. I paid more than I wanted to, but I did get me a 10. My friends there, Justin and Nate of Pipe Spores and Pals podcast, he let me try a bowl up at Muletown this year, and I really enjoyed it. And I started looking for it, and I found some out in the wild. And like I said, I paid a little bit more than I wanted, but I got a 10. So I'm fine with it. That's just like that Frogmorton, the McClellan, Christmas Cheer, all of those, blends that people chase like that, the esoterica that you see out in the wild that's so expensive. A lot of the times, what people don't realize is the money comes from the people who's willing to pay for that product. That's why you see the esoterica going so high on 10 bids, because people's willing to pay it. The Frogmorton, the McClellan Christmas cheer and stuff, I don't know that I would pay $100, $125 a 10, but if I wanted it bad enough, I probably would. And I may eventually get to a point to where I will buy 110 of it just to see what all the hype's about. I don't know. Then again, I may get lucky, because I know there was a man there at the pipe show in Richmond that had some. I mean, he had some Acadian Perique from McBaron, HH Acadian Perique. And he had a good little stock of it. I'm not saying he had a bunch, but he had enough that you could have got a 10. And it didn't look like it was bad price. The people that went to the Richmond show that I know said that the Christmas cheer and the Frogmorton stuff was reasonably priced at the show there. So that's a real good reason to go to a pipe show sometimes. You can find them blends like that at a halfway decent price. Somebody not trying to get an arm and a leg for it like they do on a certain website that we know. But having said that, wanted to update y'all on some of that stuff and spend a little bit of time with you. We hope y'all have a great rest of the week. And thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And we hope you get in on this next batch of the Cornell and Deal small batch. One thing I've been doing the last few weeks is I've been listening a lot to some of the podcasters with Pipe and Tamper, with Pipe Spores and Pals, Beyond the Pipe. There's another one or two podcasts I've been listening to lately. And they were talking about, you got some people out here that likes to sell her deep. They find a few blends they like to sell her deep. And I was talking to a guy there at Chambersburg at the Boswell store, the younger guy that runs it for Mr. Boswell. And he told me, he said that probably 60% of the people that comes in their store there in Boswell, Chambersburg, has no care about chasing tobacco. They come in, they buy 2 or 3, 4 or 5 pounds of their blend, and that's all they buy, and they happy. And then you've got some people, they just like chasing tobacco. I'm, I guess you could say I'm one of those. I've got a really wide cellar, but I've only got a 10 of this, a 10 of that, a few ounces of, here and there of different blends. So my cellar's really wide, but listening to the Pipe and Tamper podcast with Jay and Bo, um, it got me thinking about my cellar, and I really like having a wide cellar because I have not smoked a lot of tobaccos, so I'm really not sure what I'm dialed in on other than Englishes. So yeah, I jumped out and I got a really wide cellar. Pipe, tobacco, and whiskey. They was talking about this on their podcast yesterday, and you got people out here. They buy a 10 of this and a 10 of that, like myself, and they go really wide so they can try these tobaccos. And Jeremy McKenna said it before they closed down Sutliff. He said, go out there and buy an ounce of this and an ounce of that. See, even if you don't get but 1 ounce of it, try it. And you can say, yeah, I did try that before it got out of there. It's just like that Frog Morton on the town, I believe it was. I was able to get a bowl of it from Miss Sally of the Pipe Tart at the Muletown Pipe Show. And I loved it. But am I going to pay $200 a 10 for it? Probably not. Unless I really get to where I have some extra money that I can just blow just for the heck of blowing it. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to pay that much for a 10 of it. But I did get a bowl. I did get to try it. So, before Sutliff went out, I got an ounce of this. I got an ounce of that. What was it? Peach, the chocolate mousse. The apple. I can't remember what all they had. But I got a little bit of this and a little bit of that, so I can at least say that I did try it before they shut the doors. And yeah, my cellar's not real deep, but I did try that tobacco. And if I find something I don't like, I'm sure there's somebody out there that'll trade me for it. If they don't trade me for it, big deal. I'll give it to somebody, if I don't like it that much. But most of the tobaccos that I have got in the pipe side, I have liked. So now I may give you a sample of it, but I'm not going to give it all up. And I've got a bunch of pipe tobacco that I haven't even got into yet. I've been smoking pipes and cigars now for a little over 3 years. I have not even started on the codger blends. You got people like Paladin Piper and Porch Piper Tom. They like Velvet, Carter Hall, stuff like that. You got several people that like, the codger blends. I haven't even tried mine yet. I've tried other tobaccos that I did like. So now, I'm not saying I don't have any, because I do. I just haven't opened them up and tried them yet. And I'll get around to trying them. It's just a matter of time. So anyway, I've rambled on long enough, going on about 20 minutes. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Hope y'all have a good day and good rest of the week. Bye now.